Hey guys, Deathletter Magic here, and I did want to touch on this and tell everybody, hey, play this, except I realize this is the F&M at home. It's the 24-hour event, and there's like 3 hours left in it. So this is more of a hope you didn't miss it. But I would encourage people, if you see any event with the word Artisan on it, do it. Jump into it. Just don't even think about it. Just do it. Even if you have to probably, obviously build the deck for it, do it. I'm using my deck I built before because I've just been really busy today and it's a 24-hour window that does kind of suck. But I did see Artisan stuff coming up on the calendar that's like an all weekend thing in the future. So just FYI, Artisan is like, oh my god, I can finally play Magic again. Like this, it's the greatest thing ever. It's a popper, except you get to include uncommons too. And trust me, standard popper was one of the worst things I've ever seen in my life. It just devolved to 2 decks. Everybody played the same 2 damn decks, and it was actually worse than standard constructed the last time I saw it. Now, the standard pool is bigger now. You might be able to pull off more stuff, but you just can't get anything done. There's so few options. And then when you throw in the uncommons, it's like, okay, I have to play without the rares, but I got options. I mean, you could probably go Vampire Tribal. You could go like all green, whatever, green ramp, green creatures, green tribal synergy. Name a tribal, you could make it work probably. You could go Goblin Synergy, you could go Red Rush, but not as crazy as it's been in Tier 1. Whatever you feel like playing or whatever you think looks like fun, you could build it. And as long as it's not a disastrously stupid idea or poorly balanced deck, you will probably have a pretty good chance of winning with it. I think I just described Magic when I first learned how to play, when I actually first started playing. Come up with an idea, build it. If it's kind of good enough and acceptable, you're close enough to the top tier decks that you could play against them and win. I mean, remember, F&M was always 2 out of 3, and if you had like a 60 to 40%, slight disadvantage, you only got to win 2 out of 3. Just saying, it could happen. You don't just go with a deck right now. Like, what if you said you want to play Vampire Tribal or Zombie Tribal right now? Very strong decks, by the way. But literally nobody is playing them because they get obliterated by the standard 1 meta. They're not even in the same power classification as the tier 1 meta right now. Like, you think you can stop Winota with some like zombies and shit while you're still loading up your graveyard at turn 4? No, you cannot. And that's like broken degenerate stuff. If I were to even back up like 6 months, it's still not realistic. I've just, too many people are playing Control. It's just not a realistic deck. But if you look at like the zombies deck and the zombie support and every zombie gets +1/+1 and death touch and stuff, like some of the Lord's cards, some of the graveyard resurrection cards, graveyard count cards. Oh man, you take that deck and go back 3 years, you would be kicking everybody out of standard with that deck. But nobody plays it. So if you just said, I like playing zombies, I like Zombie Tribal, I like some of the cards in it, I want to play that, you are going to go 0-5 at F&M. It's that simple. You have 0 chance of winning. That's why the power level being this high is so bad, because this is a creative, interesting try-it deck building game, and if you get somebody that's like excited about the game and they want to play it a ton because they're new to it or they just love it, and they build 5 decks instead of building 1 deck, they just spent more money on more cards, and they bought secondary side cards, which are where all the money is. Ask anybody who sells singles. You sell the rares, you sell the mythics, you sell the foils. Cool. You basically paid for the box. You broke even. Maybe you made 10% if it's a good set. Then you sell the commons and uncommons for 25 cents a piece, and there's your money right there. So if you can get people to play more diverse stuff and come up with more deck ideas and buy more decks, not only are they buying more deck holders and sleeves, but they're buying more singles and lesser singles. I mean, here's $10 for cards that would have literally not sold at all. It's huge. I cannot understate, even for online sellers, how big this is. TCG player sellers make money on the commons when people buy their whole deck from them. That's why the most recent change is such utter bullshit. But that's a different video. So this is proof that when you cut the power level down so dramatically, which, yeah, removing all the rares and mythics, yeah, that's a power down, a little bit. Just a little tiny bit. The deck diversity goes through the roof. And the variance between powerful and maybe suboptimal decks is so close that you can still reasonably play them. This is proof, because I played probably 12 games of this, and I don't think I played the same deck twice. Or I played the same deck, but I don't think I played against the same deck twice. I got all my daily wins just playing Artisan. I had an absolute blast. I should have been making videos, I should have been doing laundry, but I was having too much fun. I didn't want to stop playing. I literally, it's sickening that I can't say that about Magic for the last 2 years. about Standard, at least Constructed. It's unbelievable. I used to love Magic. I used to enjoy playing it. It used to be fun. I used to want to build decks. Now it's like, well, literally the only reason I still play is because I run a YouTube channel about it. Otherwise, I would have quit. Absolutely. I mean, you guys know, even like 2 years ago, I stopped attending Paper F&M and just went to the pre-releases because it just, assholes there, enough of them were running Teferi Control Nexus shit, and I just told them to fuck off. I mean, it's that simple. I just left and stopped showing up. So did everyone else. The net deckers had nobody but themselves to play against, and it all collapsed. And I heard they get like 8 people for F&M now instead of 40. I mean, just half Wizards' fault, half net deckers' fault. It's that simple. This ain't news. But now you go to Artisan. Holy shit, like you could build anything. You could play against anything. There's no mirror matches. There's no sameness. Even if you lose, guys, because I lost maybe 30% of my games, I was still having a blast because it wasn't, well, turn 4, fucking Cavalcade Torbrand again. Oh, God. Guess I lost on turn 4. Awesome. Next. Oh, look, it's Torbrand again. Oh, look, it's Teferi again. Oh, great. It's like, okay, I lost that game, but it's turn 12. We had some back and forth. I could have won, and they just barely outdrew me. Welcome to Magic. I'm not a sore losing, douchebag. Like, even if you can even have fun when you're losing, that's Magic, okay? That's what Magic should be. We're at the point with Standard Constructed where you're not having fun even if you're winning. This is just, it's sad what the game has become. So, to bring it back, if you see the word Artisan on something, play that shit, okay? Jump into that. You're going to have an actual blast. I mean, the only other way to have fun on Arena is to just dick around and play silly stuff with your friends on your friends list. And that's why they focus so much on the friends list feature, because nobody's touching competitive ranked. It's even I feel stupid wasting my time with it. And thank God I went to Gold 1. By the way, what do you guys think about that whole the gold double win single loss thing? I mean, it kind of makes sense. It's like bronze, silver, gold, 3 that don't do that. And then you've got diamond or platinum, diamond, and mythic, 3 that do the 1 win is up 1, 1 loss is down 1. Because gold now, if you win 1, you get +2, which is how they used to only do that in silver and bronze. So just, yeah, in case you didn't catch that. What do you guys think of that? I'm on the fence. It makes sense to have 3 and 3. But before it was like getting out of gold was like everybody's goal. But then it's like, well, there's 2 ahead of that. So it felt silly where most people just got to platinum and then just stopped giving a shit at all. If you guys have seen my live streams, that's me. And the one time it took me 3 days to get into platinum, I tried to get out of platinum into diamond just because, one more pack, whatever. And I'm a highly competitive player, but boy, was the meta toxic. The less competitive tier 1 Magic I could play, the better. I didn't enjoy 1 second of it. So then I thought, what the hell am I even doing? And I finished the last one at platinum 2. So, whatever, completely wasted my time even trying to get out of platinum. But like I said, it took me about 3 days to get into platinum because my deck kicked ass. Mono black, what's up? So, I mean, after like that terrible experience, after terrible experience, after terrible experience, it is so nice to play Artisan. They need to make Artisan a permanent thing. I mean, they would make so much money and have such better everything, wildcard burn on the low end and all that. I mean, it doesn't cost much to play Artisan, just saying. But they would have so much more interest, so much like less loss of customers permanently if they made Artisan a permanent thing. I would encourage everybody to go on the forums and just say, this event was like the shit. You guys need to either heavy rotate this or just make it permanent. And they're not willing to do it because like Brawl, they're like, oh, you want to play Brawl? Give us 20,000 coins, bitch. It's like, really, just to play it outside of Wednesdays, really? I mean, they've reversed that. They did it because of the quarantine. They said, really, they did it because of backlash and because nobody bought the damn pass. That's what was really behind that. But, yeah, I'd love to see permanent Artisan. That'd be great. But, I mean, play with your friends. You can do whatever you want. It's still a free-for-all. So if you play with your friends and you set an Artisan deck, you can play Artisan, just saying, or just play Standard Constructed, whatever the hell you want, and just have a little unwritten rule about power level not getting out of control. It's either way. But one thing I wanted to point out with this is pretty wacky. They saw some decks coming, okay? Healer's Hawk, which you might have noticed, is on the front card of my deck. I did take it out, but they let me still use the art. I forgot there's a funny little hack you can do there. Well, I don't know if you guys know. It's not much a hack. It's like, you just look up a card like Kiora. Wait, whoops, hold on. And just, there you go. Kiora's on the front of my white-black deck. I don't know if you guys knew, but you can, like, look how stupid that looks, but you can do it. I guess just I never thought to do that for the first year. Anyway, Yeah, this deck's pretty bomb. I love it. But they did take out my Healer's Hawk. I just threw in like, what did I throw in its place? I just, all said, arguably a better card. So like, I don't really see what that was, but I will say mono white and white black mix are probably about the strongest you can do in this format. I won a lot of games with it, so I think they were just like, okay, flying recurring lifelink triggers with limited removal in this format, we're just going to get rid of that and at least force me to be on the ground, which I will say it was a little bit of a penalty, but that ability where I could just, okay, well now it has protection, I'm just swinging with something bigger. Yeah, but I had to sack the creature and get rid of the life gain trigger. And it's not so much about the life gain, it's about the trigger. So I think, yeah, they were probably right in banning this. A lot of people were like blindsided by it, but I'm like, I've played this deck for the last 4 Artisan events, just saying, you know, I have absolutely mopped the floor with it. So I could appreciate the power down, and it was a power down. It wasn't like the whole deck's, you know, flipped on its ass now. Or like in Standard, if they banned Heliod, forget it. I'm not playing mono white, not without Heliod, are you kidding me? Might as well just get rid of the whole damn deck. This, a little power down, which that's what bans should be. So, and they say the following cards are banned in this format. This was an actual ban. They just didn't announce it, but these cards are permanently banned in Artisan. Like, that's what it is. In fact, Persistent Petitioners has been banned from everything on Arena just about like since it was printed. So this is just that stupid mill card where you can make your whole deck them, which, can we just stop with that, Wizards? It's a stupid gimmick. It's such a Mark Rosewater thing. It's not funny anymore. Can we just stop? Cauldron Familiar, because Cauldron Cat is toxic, you know, tier 1 AIDS cancer already. Cavalcade of Calamity, same thing. It's already tier 1. Just don't let that shit leak into Artisan. Should be banned from Standard too. Or just Torbrand. I mean, Standard's so powerful, Cavalcade actually kind of fits, which is kind of sad to say that we've reached that point. Torbrand is the real problem, but I'm also really sick of Cavalcade. Gates Ablaze, because Gates, I mean, I don't know if you noticed, Gates is kind of making a resurgence now with all this flicker bullshit with like Thassa and stuff. So yeah, I've seen 5 color gates, 3 color gates. I'm sure probably 4 color gates I just didn't notice. Just everything about gates. The 8/8 was stupid. The giant ram was stupid. Just the auto recursion of the 8/8. Nothing. The Gates Ablaze is so fucking overpowered. Nothing about that deck was good, and whoever designed that archetype should be ashamed of themselves. So yeah, they got rid of Gates Ablaze. Shocker, I know. Then Veil of Summer. Really? Like, how fast do they think this format is? I mean, really? I mean, the thing's like a glorified counterspell, if even that, and it's conditional. I thought the first ban of it was kind of questionable until I really saw the exact matchups, and I'm like, yeah, but just shake up the meta a little. There's nothing wrong with really this card. But I mean, if you want to level things out, get rid of like a really broken, like uncommon green creature or something. Like, green's still pretty damn playable in Artisan. This one was very questionable to me, but I guess based on its past history, they're like, whatever. Or maybe like too many cards from that deck that originally ran this were popular or playable in Artisan, so they just nipped it in the bud. I don't know. I don't play green that much. So that one, the people are confused by Healer's Hawk. I'm confused by Veil. I mean, I feel like the format isn't fast enough to merit this being like devastating and game ending to your opponent. It just doesn't make any sense to me. But yeah, this is wonderful. I think this is an appropriate ban list across the board pretty much, and it's a mere 6 cards, and they're split across all different strategies. I mean, Gates and Cavalcade, yeah, they're both red, but those are 2 completely different decks, and then we've literally got all 5 colors represented here. So it's like, yeah, just tone it down, tone it down, tone it down, tone it down. There you go. I mean, if this was the ban list in Standard for the last like 4 years, I'd be like, yeah, okay, whatever. They messed up a little, but okay. Nope, it's all the control ramp and rush burn and shit. That's like the whole ban list. So, oh, and free casting. So this is such a perfectly maintained format. It's so fun. I love it. If you see Artisan come up again, play that shit. I am not messing around. This is mandatory. You have to do it, or you're gonna lose your official license to play Magic. I'm revoking it, damn it. So let me know if you had fun, or if you have anything negative that you found about Artisan, or if you somehow were playing the same deck over and over and over. I don't know. I think I literally played 12 completely different opponents' decks. And just any of your thoughts on Artisan, leave it down below in the comment section. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next video.